Hello my friends, this is Heavy Arms Kai, and welcome to Space Engineers Pimp My Ride Edition. What? As you can see, our yellow pill has some sick mods to it. First things first, we have an ore detector. Let us see all that sweet ore trapped in all these asteroids. Second off, we have dual drills. Awesome! Double collection, double the fun. Then we have these sweet, sleek, conformal engines. That's awesome, nice protection, more than enough thrust for what we need. Yeah, that's right, you know what we're talking about, ladies. Then all the sick lighting you could ever want. We'll be able to see in anything, even if the sun goes out. We're not worried, we got plenty of lights. And this thing is now a beast to drive. We can see all that we need to see. I can see all the nickel, ice, and magnesium there, the ice, iron, and uranium there. There's no more guesswork in this mama. Alright, anyways, enough with that MTV nonsense. Let's go ahead and get serious here. Alright, this ship is still the starter ship, so it will disappear if I mess it up too much or that medbay gets destroyed, so I think this episode we're going to make an actual decent ship. I mean, what we got right now, it is a pimped out ship. I do like it, and I would stick with it if I didn't have the fear of it just spontaneously disappearing on me. But I also have to worry about these SPRT rating station and SPRT rating outposts. These will make NPC enemies that will chase me down and attack me if I get too close to them. That's actually how I got quite a few pre-made components for the ship I currently have. I actually have them stored inside the cargo container. I have a crap ton of thruster components, a crap ton of reactor components, not too many motors because I used them on the conveyor systems. Oh, let's see, tons of metal grids, so on and so forth. And I got all these from just killing enemies. Like, I have tons of metal plates too, to where I could easily expand this out if I wasn't worried about it disappearing. But, like I said, it will disappear, so I think this episode I'm going to make a actual mining combat vessel. Stay tuned. Alright, first things first, I need to go ahead and create a new template for a large ship. In order to do that, you actually have to go into your character tools here and select the create new large ship. And what it does is it gives you a landing little platform thing. And we need to rotate this. Like this? Like, I guess? Yeah, that's about flat, I think. Whatever. It's good enough for me. And then basically you use this as a post to build off of. So let me get some light armor blocks now. And now that this is just floating here in space, we can build on top of it. So, come on. Come on. There we go. Light armor blocks. And if we wanted to, we don't really need that landing gear anymore, so I could actually delete it. But I think I'm just going to keep it for now until I get a basic design. And I'll be right back. Alright, so you can see here I have a basic platform. I'm going to make this the, I guess, central room in my build. I've realized now that this isn't wide enough, but basically what I was planning on doing was building everything out from here. I went ahead and put a gravity generator, an actual generator itself, and a gyroscope on this thing. And I should probably put some engines on it just in case it does get hit by meteors, because every once in a while I'll get meteors floating from the sun at my ship, and I'm not sure if this thing's going to be hit or not, so it needs to be able to stabilize itself. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make every single room into a sealed and pressurized room that I can pump oxygen in. And in order to do that, I'm going to need double doors. So what I planned on doing was leaving some space in between each room so I could do the plumbing, the walls, and then have a couple doors. That way you can open them like airlocks. But unfortunately I only left one space here, so now that I started thinking about it, I'm going to have to make that like 3 spaces in order to get everything to work the way I planned. But this is it so far. We'll come back once I get more. Alright, well, so far so good. We've got the first room. I've got it plenty lit up inside there. I also added these thrusters so that if this does get hit by a meteorite or something, it can self-stabilize and center itself again. But let's see. So far, I had to actually adjust the brightness controls on all these lights because they were only, like I said, lighting up an area about, like, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3 blocks wide, and it would only go down to about here and wouldn't light up the floor anywhere in the middle of this room. So I had to adjust the intensity, and all you got to do that is find one of these control panels on one of these devices, hit K, and then you can find all these interior lights. And in order to make their light spread out a lot farther, you adjust the radius. Now it's really tedious to select each individual light to do that, so all you got to do is just click on one, and then you can hold shift and click all of these and then adjust them all at the same time. And you can see the brightness around me is going down and going up just with adjusting that radius. And I find that 6.5 is just about right. It's not way too bright, but it's not like super dark. And you can see when I turn on my suit's lights, like those are even brighter than they should be. So I'm quite pleased with the 6.5, and I think I'm going to do this for every single room. I have started on the side doors, getting these ready to go for access to whatever I decide to put in those rooms. But we're going to toggle these doors closed. And then you can see here, this is kind of like the airlock system I have going on. I have 2 separate doors, and then in between those I'm going to be able to cut these blocks out right about here and use conveyor systems to pump air into all these separate rooms. And I think each room is only going to have one air output or air vent, I think they're called. That way it doesn't get too complicated, because I plan on having quite a few rooms in this ship. But again, this is just the first one, so I'm not 100% sure about the layout yet. This is just going to be like the, I guess the hub room, where you can access every other part of the ship, and this is going to be right in the middle of it. I'm probably going to have the bridge up a little bit higher, maybe like 1 deck above, and I'm thinking about putting the processor room behind, well, either behind or in front. I may put it up front just because the drills and everything are going to be up there. And then the side rooms right here will probably be access to like engine nacelles. I'm going to make large thruster blocks that kind of jut out from the ship itself. And what I plan on doing is being a little bit more realistic. I'm going to take these nuclear reactors and put a couple of them in each engine nacelle, almost like they were the power plants for the entire ship. Like, kind of like Star Trek's warp drives and stuff. Keep them near the engines, that way if you need more power, they're closer to what's drawing power. But I guess that's one of the downsides I've noticed to this game, is like, once you plant one of these nuclear reactors in, well, touching any of the blocks on one of your creations, the power somehow goes through every single block. And, like, that's great, but it also kind of breaks realism, because I would love it if somebody modded this to where, like, all these individual blocks, you could hollow them out and put cables in between them, and actually have to wire up the ship so that power gets from these reactors to the different components, like these gyroscopes and these gravity generators. That would be immensely, like, enjoyable to me. I know there'd be a lot of people that would be like, oh, these ship designs are way too complex, I don't like doing all this extra work, but I personally find stuff like that fun. And you might wonder why the yellow pill is over here now instead of over here. The sun actually moves, like it moves around you. I think it's in a skybox, but because I keep getting meteor storms, I have to keep moving the ship, because I'm not sure whether or not the meteor storms target your ship in particular and just try and take it out, but every single time that I have one incoming, it's like all the meteors are shot directly from the sun and making a beeline towards my yellow pill ship. So I have to keep moving it around these asteroids just to give it a little bit of protection. But yeah, this is what I have so far, guys. Hopefully I'll get much farther with this creation. Like, playing tonight. I'm not going to bore you with all the little, oh hey, here's a progress update, oh here's a progress update. I want to go ahead and just get the main part done and then come back and show you what's going on and give you a little tour of the ship. But yeah, that's what I got going on so far. Also, I thought I'd show you just how many resources I had collected. My refinery is currently producing a crap ton of uranium ore for power, and I have 524 kilograms, like, good to go, and that's giving me days and days worth of energy. Let's see. Oh, well, press the wrong button. Yeah, fuel time 12 days right now. So, like, this is going to last me forever, and I'm definitely going to be able to put multiple nuclear reactors up and running on whatever ship I choose to build out of that one room. But I've also got cobalt and nickel going, and the nickel was really, really hard to find. I had to go through tons and tons of, like, these are all the different positions that I checked to find nickel. Out of all of these, I only found one, so that took forever, but nickel's very important for building, like, motors and detector components and stuff like that, so it's absolutely a necessity. I have not found platinum yet, unfortunately, and that's one of the components for building the... what was it? It's the engine components, but oh, yeah, the thruster components. But luckily, since I know where a bunch of NPC enemies are, I can actually mine them for thruster components, so I'm not too worried about it, and I've actually got quite a few of those parts stored up anyways. Yeah, I've got like 14 or 1100 of these things, so that's more than enough for right now. But yeah, I've also got, yeah, here we go. Tons of refined material so far. I spent most of the night last night just letting the game run and processing as much of this ore as possible so that I could have it ready to go for today's build. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on. Hopefully this who knows what of a ship will start coming about and forming into something decent. I may do like the Battlestar Galactica type side nacelles that they launched Vipers out of, just because I'm thinking about making some smaller ships that I can maybe use for more intricate mining, basically like flying into these larger asteroids and just mining a ton out of them and then docking back with a ship, dropping off all those mined resources and then launching back out again and getting everything. But we'll see how that goes. I do like the idea of being able to fly in the back of those nacelles, basically latching on, dropping off, and then just flying straight back out again out the front. So, like I said, we'll see what goes on with that. But thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Please give this video a thumbs up. That really helps, and I'm definitely trying to grow the channel, so any help you guys could give me would be appreciated. But till then, talk to you guys later.